Happy Thursday, out by the waterfront, walking the buddy. Happiest dog in the neighborhood. I just thought I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do a quick little live, and I really just want people to stop and think and ponder something that's been on my mind for a long time, because I've already been through all of this at various points in my life. I've had my entire career ripped out from underneath me. I've lost my entire professional livelihood, going from 6 figures to being blacklisted because I pissed off the wrong people in the boys club. And if anybody knows, that my background was IT, and I still am very much aware of the IT stuff that goes on. I mean, the first jobs that I was being interviewed for before I got out of the Air Force were data mining. We're learning your behavior. We're all about manipulation, and people are just still oblivious to the fact that everything you think you want, you do, you see, you prescribe to has been conditioned into you. It's not even you. Like, from the moment we're born, we're told what to think, what to want, the path to take, the right way, how to get along in society. That if you don't go along and get along, there's punishment. It's punishment reward. It's all about fitting in, getting along with the right people. Everybody's trying to get into the big clubs. You want to make this certain amount of money so that you can be a part of their clubs. And you know what? None of us belong in these clubs. None of you get to a point, and if you haven't seen it over this past year, you don't want to be in their clubs. You see all the sick shit they do, how inauthentic they are. And in some cases they are authentic. That's the crazy thing. They're authentic enough to show their shit because they don't care. They've got so much money and power that they get away with deceiving. They're never held accountable. Think about that. How many people out there you've seen that they're corrupt in our leadership that supposedly we've elected? I don't believe it for a second. And they're out there in your face doing things that you and I would be condemned and put in prison for, if not put on the electrocution chair. I mean, think about the shit that's going on. People have forgotten about last year, the judge that her family had a hit on because she had a certain high-profile case. I want you to consider what's going on around you and stop. Take the blinders off. Stop. Think. Critical reasoning skills are lost on so many right now. The fact that actual doctors here on Instagram, for example, they're just sharing medical information and they're being silenced. They're being silenced. They're being deleted. At what point do you wake up and go, something's not right here, people? Whatever side of the fence you want to try to claim a stake at, I'm telling you, be flexible, be fluid, open your mind. This world is a huge illusion, and the veil is being lifted a little bit at a time for those people who need it in small doses, but they're hitting you and barraging you with everything at once. I was just speaking with a neighbor. I said, what people don't realize is most people can't handle everything coming at them because they're in constant chronic stress. Your nervous system can't handle this shit because you're fried, because you have cortisol coursing through your blood. Do you know how they manipulate you? They feed you data through your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your touching. Your 5 senses are how you take in information. You can say you don't really care what's on TV, you just put on a channel, but you're being fed. It's being broadcast at you. And most people don't want to hear it. They just, oh no, it doesn't affect me. And then they parrot off stuff that they don't even realize they heard from the television. The lies, the Hollywood casting their spells. I mean, can you even look at a Hollywood actor or actress and have respect for them at this point? Anything else is denial. It's living in a lie. Because they're all hired to keep you entertained, to entertain you, to keep your attention so that you don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Over here, the real stuff's going on. Whenever there's a crisis, look for the actors. They're always the same. Whatever's going on over here, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Because if you do, you might actually find out the truth. And there's a lot of truth to be found if you're willing to look and see. All 5 senses engaged. They're getting you whether you like it or not. It's up to you to be mindful and conscious of it, to participate or to walk away. And I want you all to think about, if this technology were turned off today, what would you do with that time? Because most of us are spending hours on these devices, scrolling, following, reading the same type of information, again, taking in data, but we're not really living our lives. We're not outside walking our dogs or out by the waterfront and enjoying what nature has right here. It's all we need. It's what we need. To take a deep breath, to breathe in life. The most important thing is your prana, your breath, your life force, because that's the spirit, inspiration, inspirazione. Like, I love languages, I love words, because they cast spells, and when you choose them wisely, you can wield them for good or you can wield them for manipulation and everything that you're seeing in the world. They know what they're doing. They've revealed themselves. They tell the truth because there is a universal law that they have to tell you. But because they like to sprinkle lies in the truth and truth in the lies, it's up to you to learn to discern what is real and what is fake, what is made up explicitly to deceive you. And that's where I've been saying, if you don't know you, it's easier to deceive you. When you know you and you own your own shit, nobody can hold it against you, nor can they get one over on you. They manipulate through your emotions because most people don't have a tapped in sense of what even drives them, what inspires them. They're just living these mundane lives, going through motions. And if you're just going through the motions, you'll be guided by others and not necessarily on your own path. So I have to get on a phone call here in about 15 minutes, and I thought I'd take you on a little walk with Buddy. And it's such a beautiful day, and I really just want people to stop and think about all these ways that they get to us. And my thing is this: I've had my entire career stolen from me and denied me. So I already know what it's like to be an outcast of a group. I know what it's like to lose your everything and have to start all over. I mean, hell, it's been 12 years and I've just realized that this is what I was working through all these years, and that here I am. I went from being an IT professional to being a yogi, to being an addiction facilitator, a counselor, a coach, a mentor, because I had to go through every single thing that everybody's going through right now. This past year, the biggest thing I'd say that people fear the most, isolation. Isn't it ironic? Fearing being outcast from society. Do you think social media is any different? I've been deleted and disabled several times. I lost my original Facebook account, which was one where you had to be invited. And that account was a beast. That was my original life story, everything from when I lived in Italy. And yeah, there's a part of me that just died because that sucks. They stole all my data, all my pictures, my videos, my life story. My life story since 2007. It really sucks, but this is where non-attachment comes in. You start to realize that doesn't make up the life that I live now. And that if you get a taste of what it's like to be outcast from social media, to have everything that you identify as and with taken away from you, then you get a taste for what's to come and the games that they're playing. because nobody wants that. We are humans that need to be in unity. That's what makes humanity. Humans need each other. Humans need this earth. We work and live in synchronicity. It's not this separation, us versus them. In fact, most of what's going on, it's us against us, and we are the ones we have been waiting for. We're the ones that need to make the changes and stop allowing them to play puppet strings with us, to get us arguing over stupid little peddly shit that this is the oldest trick in the book. They've been doing it across all time and space. History, read your history. It's repeating itself. You know, that you can look at somebody and assume that that person is a certain way based on what they look like or their color. Do you remember the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover? And now they're telling you to judge all these books by their covers. It's just freaking insane. And guess what? The criminally insane are the ones running the show. And if you hadn't figured that out, it's making people insane, isn't it? Because when you go along with criminally insane, you become criminally insane. And if you have been so blinded to your own insanity, it's going to bring that out. You know, birds of a feather flock together. And if you think you belong in these insane clubs, it's going to bring out those aspects in you. Be really selective with your circle and the people you choose to connect with and allow in your lives, because that will bring out more of whatever it is you want to emphasize. Birds of a feather flock together. There's your message for today. Surround yourself with the type of people you want to be, not with, let's say, lowlifes and people who aren't trying to do anything to improve their lives. All that does is keep you stuck. And I'm sorry, but if people might not want to hear that. But if you want to soar with the eagles, which most of the times they're alone, you gotta fly high, aim high. I was in the Air Force. If you're not doing it, it'll be done for you. And that's an emergency, because that's what life will give you. Hang out with the turkeys and you're gonna end up like the turkeys. Soar with the eagles and you're gonna fly high. It's all about where your energy goes and your attention flows. It's all inclusive. And I want people to thrive and love this life and enjoy what nature, what everything is provided. Why are we paying to live on this earth? It's freaking insane. It's insane. And if you believe all this orchestration of all these crises, you're just not awake. And I'm sorry, but it's time to wake up. It's time to step into your personal power. If you want to work on you, I'm here for you. May 31st, I'm starting a Women in Wellness online retreat, 11 weeks, 3 hours a day. I'm going to do yoga with you. We're going to do meditation. Every week's going to have a theme. It's time for you to shine and step into your personal power. But you got to be willing and committed to do it. So join me, and let's make this life what we want it to be. Let's stop following. We're not followers, people. We're not meant to just succumb and fall prey victims to these other tyrants. So here's the flowers that I love when I come down by the waterfront. And I want you to just imagine you're on the water. Pretty flowers, beautiful. I get to live here because this is where I choose to be. And then there's Buddy too. You want to say hi, Boo? The happiest dog in the neighborhood. He has this big old smile. He is such a love. And he knows his mission. Animals are simple. His mission is just to put a smile on people's face. You know, to take a walk and just enjoy life. Why aren't we doing that? More of that. We're so caught up in social media. We're so caught up with trying to keep up with the Joneses. We're trying to be something we're not. Why are we still buying into these old, outdated stories that aren't even who we are? It stops when we stop. When you start participating in the lies, the truth will always come out. It always prevails. Have an amazing rest of your day. Lots of love. Get out in nature.